Morning, Tom.
Afternoon, Zach.
It is afternoon, actually.
Afternoon, backyard builders.
What's going on?
We are out at Copeland County today.
Hi, how are you, Zach?
Better than you. We have my HG Ute up in the air. As you can see, I've got a pair of flanges in my hand. I'm going to try and get an exhaust on it today because it's quite loud. And there's no drivability, just off the extractors.
So what's the plan with the exhaust?
2.5 inch stainless system all the way through. 2 mufflers just before the diff. And then we've got 2 hot dogs to go right at the rear, just to take a little bit of bite out of it. Made up all these stainless flanges at work, in my own time. And yeah, there's not much else to it.
Alright.
We're going to put an X-pipe system in it and that's about it. You ready to go, Sax?
You're the exhaust king, are you?
The XL exhaust.
I wouldn't say that, yeah. Something like that.
This is XL race series. Alright. So Tom, I see you got the oxy out.
Well, we're going to burn it to the ground, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This pipe here sits considerably lower than this pipe here, so I want to heat it up just on that joint and just try and bring it up a bit higher, because clearance is pretty nasty on these things, as it's always been. So whatever we can gain is better.
Well, that side had mud on it from when you got it off the trailer like 2 minutes ago.
This side also, when we're reversing the yard, filled up dirt.
Alright. Give it the beans. Got a flint or what are you doing?
Who gives a fuck, mate?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
right.
clearly.
You got more hair out of anyone and you'd been that loose.
And had the trim.
Let it eat up though. I can't see these good tubes, so just
Yeah, heat around the whole thing. That's a problem.
oh, why not?
Hold it on the power stance.
Bed it down then.
What are you making here, Tom?
This is our X-pipe, or my X-pipe. As you can see through there, nice large opening. This will help the car. It'll pulsate, so what it'll do is as one fires, one's already coming through and it actually draws that one out, and so on. So it's a slight performance thing. It's not going to be much for this, but it'll be nice. It'll look neat.
Balances left to right too.
Correct, yep. Yep.
So less thong slappery.
Yeah, we're not doing like a H pipe. We're just straight throughs. Make it nice.
So they were just elbows, were they, Tom?
They were, they're just 2.5 inch elbows. We have like a little jig. We've been working on over the years.
So they slip in.
We can drop it in the store, like so. And then we just cut the
Cut
line
flush.
and that's it. Try and get them even. Close enough.
Same thing. How's these pieces going? There we go.
Still there.
So we got. I'll just put a bit more length in that side and push it out.
Well, you gotta be careful about doing it. Because if you put too much length in it, when you weld them, they go and then it's a prick to get them together.
These
When I did-
aren't too bad. It's when you go to V-bands and if it moves, it's a cunt.
When I did heads, I tacked the bar between them. So when I fully welded it all out, didn't move, got it back to heads, bolted it in,
Yeah.
broke the bar out.
Get your dad in pencil sacks?
Yeah, I'm just getting it taken.
Well, that'd hold too.
No rolling numbers. Yeah, no, V-bands are worse for that too.
I was going to do V-bands for this and I was like,
You're selling it?
we need to come out a little bit to the driver's side, Zach. Whoop.
Back in?
Back that way. Try and get them aligned. Rest on that, on the handbrake. We can make that 105, yeah. Cut the 105 first and we'll tack it all on and just see where it sits. Play it safe. Don't cut what we don't need. So we've got this front section all tacked in and sitting there. We're just about to do the hangers for it and then we'll work on going up and over the diff.
We're on the Saxon's instruction for the hangers. Saxon's too much of a princess to tell you what's going on, but what he's done is he has the bush and the rod. He's pushed it on, pushed it through so we've got some hanging off so the bush doesn't walk back off. He's marked it here. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the rubber bit back off, put it in the vise on the mark. Saxon's going to fire the oxy up and we're going to bend the rod. Now he's gone.
How hot would you say red hot is? Same colour as your shirt there?
Are you on plain red or cherry red? Yeah, let's go cherry red, eh?
Keep it warm. Look at that. What's going on, babe?
What are you doing?
This bloody monster doesn't shift properly, it doesn't select gears correctly. You're often mucking around trying to get it into a gear, and then when it grabs, it throws you around a little bit.
So the bands are tight,
Oh, the bands feel pretty tight, yeah.
but it's just because of the shifter.
Yeah, the shifter's always been dicky, even the previous owner told me that. He adjusted it multiple times and could never get it right. He also told me it's not the right shifter for the gearbox. So what I'm going to do is put it back on the column. If I can get this bloody Owen key undone. Yeah, on the column would be better. It already still had the linkages in it. It had a factory auto column in it. I just put the stick back on and the little gate at the bottom, so it can select. I just need to put the pin through there again. So yeah, we're going to try and keep it as a cable column, as a cable shifter, but on a column. So we're going to remove this, pull the cable out.
So you can't use the factory linkages because it's a HQ box in a HT.
Correct. If I had a HT box, the linkages would be on the driver's side and there'd be no worries. But yeah, because HQ shifts on the other side, because Holden changed it because they could, we've got to run a cable around. So I'm hoping I can reuse this cable, and it's all happy days.
Alright.
Just trying to tear this apart, get the cable back out from under the floor. We'll see what we need to make in terms of next to the column or at the base of the column, something to hold the cable and retain it so it'll shift. So we've got the cable shifter working with a standard shift gate, it's a factory shift gate up there on the column. Just that bit there. Made a little bracket here to hold our cable. The cable now comes down, loops around. What we did was we actually just bent the bracket that was on the gearbox and actually flipped that over. So that originally came down, flipped it over, so the cable runs from over the top now. So we finished up the exhaust now. 2.5 inch X-pipe. These are offset in, center out mufflers. They're pretty heavily packed, so it's actually brought the noise down quite a lot. 2.5 up over the diff,
Down past the tank.
yeah, gets around the tank, clears the leaf springs. 2.5 inch tips. We were going to put a hot dog here, but decided didn't need it. It's actually pretty quiet as it is, so we don't need to put the extra piece in there. Should we start up?
Yeah, so we'll start up.
Righto, bring it down.
Start her up, Sax.
I'm taking it off the hoist leg.
Huh? Yeah, we get in and start it. You right there?